찾아줘 너 바란다면 날 찾아줘 날 바란다면 멍하니 너만 기다려 매일 내겐 늘 다정했던 부드러운 너의 말투도 되돌리고 싶어 다시 돌아가고 싶어 Everyday 날 웃음 짓게 만들던 따스했던 너의 모습 떠올려 Oh where you at, 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 oh where you at 널 그저 기다려 난 너의 기억이 Slowly, slowly 빛바랄 색을 잃어가 혹시 너도 그렇다면 다시 한번 우리 그리고 Everyday 날 웃음 짓게 만들던 따스했던 너의 모습 떠올려 Oh where you at, 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 oh where you at Every time 네 품에 안겨 꿈꾸던 행복했던 우리 모습 떠올려 Oh where you at, 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 oh where you at 계속 날 기다려 난
Good evening and welcome back to the Kingdom of Al Jazeera, where King Ordonio the Twitchy has just had a rather embarrassing adventure in Iberia, where he attempted to undertake a holy war against Galicia and lost it catastrophically, largely because basically every nearby Catholic turned up to help, and there's a slight problem with attempting a war that's on the opposite side of the Mediterranean from pretty much all of your everything. So sadly, Santiago remains as yet outside the grasp of the Fraticelli, and King Ordonio pissed off his vassals enough that he ended up having to adopt elective succession in Al Jazeera in order to placate them. Though this does have the slightly entertaining consequence that since there don't actually appear to be many electors in Al Jazeera, the current situation is that King Ordonio's preferred candidate, who is the Emperor of Outremer, is actually winning the election. I think this means that actually Ordonio could pick anyone he liked. I just think that probably if I'm going to pick the next person I play as, maybe it should be the someone a little more powerful, like the Emperor. But I might change my mind about that.
The problem here is that realistically, to stand up to the inevitable crusade in 10 years' time, you need a human, not an AI running it. And that means you want to be the emperor, because unless you obtain independence, then you don't get to control the war, and even if you do obtain independence, you don't get enough stuff.
I do now however, have a claim on the county of Santiago.
Super.
And the nice thing about that is that I won't get every other Catholic coming in to join in.
Well, unless there's a defensive pact, then it will be okay.
I'm a vassal. Can't have a defensive pact against me.
Yeah, no problem then.
I mean, I am currently rather unpopular with my vassals, so I think I might just sit around for a bit. But I'll keep that claim in my pocket.
Is it a strong claim now, or is it the inherited is more?
It is a strong but not inheritable claim
Right.
at the moment.
How old are you?
34.
Okay. Is the emperor older than you, perchance?
I think so, yes, but only by 3 years.
Okay.
So Fars was having a war for Asturias while I wasn't paying attention, and has managed to lose that. So I mean, it appears that the Empire of Outremer, indeed the kingdom of Al Jazeera, is developing a tradition of going to war in Iberia catastrophically.
You lost to it.
Well, I did it last session, and Fars just did it, well, about the same time, apparently. No, that wasn't the level I was interested in. I was wondering if we're getting useful income from Axum yet. Probably not. 44 a year, it's better than nothing. We have a new inappropriately religioned Duke of Khuzestan. Unfortunately, I don't get to control his religion, so that's for the Emperor to work on. I suppose if we're not going to have a holy war, we should cheer up our vassals by, or not going to have an unholy war indeed, we should cheer up our vassals by having a feast. What's this Byzantine revolt up to then? Fear that, well, actually, technically we are stronger than that Byzantine revolt. We don't actually have a casus belli against the Byzantine revolt because, of course, they're not Catholics. I think most of the odd little places down here, yes, are the wrong kind of heresy. So yeah, we're losing that holy war as well. Everyone is just going in for terrible holy wars at the moment, it looks like. Our little Princess Urraca wants someone to teach her.
Holy war's very hard unless you are.
I really want to be converting Duke Pantaleon, so I don't really want me to be teaching her for now. Oh well, let's find someone good for her. If we assume she's going to be taught by me eventually, I'm biased towards everything that isn't stewardship. Let's ask the Duchess of Axum to teach her then. Who are you trying to kill? You're not. Says Amadeus of Wessex seeks to kill Hildegard, but apparently he doesn't. "15 prestige for being zealous." That's nice.
Good. I mean, want piety more, but
Yes. Feast. Okay, look, there are some decent-sized armies here that Outremer can bring to bear if it can actually get itself organised and up to here where there's some enemies. Become the friend of the mayor of Hurmnes. Okay. That's probably not the most useful thing ever. But it will have cheered up my vassals a bit, which, given how grumpy some of them are at the moment, probably for the best. Oh yes, we like patience.
you have checked that you've not got any troops raised still.
Yes. I continue to be an excellent chancellor for the emperor.
I have occasionally had very embarrassing moments where I have gone, why are these couple of people still hating me? Oh, there are some states in somewhere very distant. Oh dear.
So Nubia and Abyssinia are both Catholic if I wanted to expand into Africa more. But I think we should try to get our moral authority up first. It's now down rather for repeatedly losing holy wars.
Of course, one of the best ways of getting moral authority up is to control the holy places.
Yes, which is why I have a claim on Santiago. I mean, I would quite like it if someone could sort out Jerusalem properly, but that's not quite my job. I think the problem is that the Bishop of Jerusalem is still Catholic. But I think the only way I can fix that is by going to war with the Emperor of Outremer for Jerusalem.
Yes, but if you can become the emperor of Outremer, then this will probably go a lot better. What you need to do is find plots that are trying to kill you and encourage them. And you realise this is not normal practice, but I think you do need to take the empire to. I mean, ideally, you'd have a DLC that allows you to set up your own Fraticelli Pope. Obviously, the correct thing to do is to, if not have Fraticellism take over the world, have it become the dominant Christian religion. Because I've taken into the world as a Christian several times and as a Muslim a few times, I've always done it as someone from the dominant sect.
Yes. There is a discussion of why I should not just build Jerusalem in England's green and pleasant land. To which the answer is, have you seen how strong the King of England is?
And also, first you wanted to take Canterbury.
Yes.
It's hard.
No, I'm not about to go to war with England.
How many thousand troops does he have?
29,000 versus my... Okay, 29,000 now, I'm recovering. So...
A lot, and you have to ship them all the way from...
Yes, I don't actually have enough ships.
You need to engage in a shipbuilding program. You could, of course, start beefing up your ship provision in the ports on the Med.
Well, I suspect they all already have maximum shipyard, but...
Yeah.
And like...
Might be easier
technology will take a long time to propagate. That one is admittedly currently upgrading its shipyard. I could pay 137 gold to improve the shipyard in Gaza. Everything in Ascalon is as good as it can get in terms of shipyards. Yeah, I think the various people along the coast, that I think is not actually mine, is it? Have been diligently making sure they have maximum shipbuilding capabilities. Oh, apparently apart from Belfort, because that's relatively new. Well, let's set that one upgrading. Yep, there are actually only 2 holdings on my Mediterranean coast that aren't already at maximum shipbuilding capability, at least. I can't remember quite how the shipbuilding tech works. Yeah, so getting more shipbuilding tech would be helpful if my capital were on the coast, and like I can get more and it'll slowly diffuse in the direction of the coasts, but
Where is your capital?
mine's all the way inland at Mosul.
Yeah. Well, maybe that's something to do or build up to as you try to find the emperorship.
Well, obviously, as the imperial capital is in Jerusalem, which is slightly more convenient,
It's true.
though not quite
They may also have
coastal.
more shipbuilding, but
Yes, Pink Beast technology does spread slowly and inefficiently.
the other best way of getting technology is stealing it. But that tends to come sort of unpredictably. In that you don't really know what you're going to get.
Yes, so like Jaffa has slightly less gets 48.8% extra ships from its local shipbuilding tech. Yes, so I do. Do I also have happy vassals? They are fairly happy. My domain levies are in a terrible state. There isn't really any technology I can get to make them get better faster either. It's like my domain levy is 11,000, of whom only 3,500 currently exist. Whereas my vassal levies are in pretty decent shape, really.
Domain levies take bloody ever to recover. I don't quite know why that is. I mean, it may be a more realistic piece of modelling.
don't think I want to arrest any of them. I still have that irritating Duke Gonzalo in my oubliette refusing to die.
Very considerate of him.
Yes. So, my dear Emperor, why is your nice 23,000 strong army split into two pieces so that it's small enough that it can get squished? Eh? Why is it not going round in a single lump? Pretty sure my supply limits aren't that bad. I mean, they appear to be going in opposite directions indeed.
It's often really confused about this. It's usually more confused about allies, but you know.
Okay, apparently we now have so much economic technology. What? There's also 34 events. Oh, Beera, why do I get so many under siege events for Beera?
Is it somewhere strategic?
Like, they appear to start a siege there every couple of days and then give up, and then start another one and then give up.
Mm-hmm. There's always somewhere like that. Once your kingdom gets big enough, or if there's a war nearby, that it's just like
Yeah, here you can see it happening.
that everybody sort of does the little dance of why besiege it and why don't I? Maybe I should.
Why is she in my prison? Apparently I can't actually ask her to convert. I can ransom her, and I can't see any reason not to. Anyway, I had enough technology in economy advances that I could get another thing of anything. So I can actually get more shipbuilding for all the good it'll do me. Or I can allow myself to unlock 2 more buildings. Or let's just unlock more castle infrastructure, I think. Apparently we can construct a Caballero training ground in Mosul. Because the county finally turned a Basque.
Okay, I was going to say how many caballeros are in Mosul, but you answered the question there.
Yep, we're about to train some.
At least one. Answer.
Well, at least King Ordonio fancies himself as a Caballero.
Well, I guess fairly soon we get to see how wrong he is.
So, what am I? Oh yes, I don't need to fabricate any more claims, probably. Got the claim I want. So let us improve some diplomatic relations. So Baghdad will recover naturally. Aleppo is a bit weak though. It is quite a big vassal. Where is his capital? Is it in Homs? Hammer, right, yes, there. Similarly, I should be doing something with my marshal. Let's have him train some troops, which will improve my levy reinforcement rate a bit, which will probably help. And like, again, my dear Latin army, why are you marching straight past that convenient thing in Bira? Oh, it is mountains, it would be a bit tough, but still. Okay, I can actually join my liege's slightly disastrous holy war in the hope of recovering it for him. This might not be unwise, since it's right next door. Okay, my liege, I'm going to come and save you. Partly because that way you might stop spamming me with messages about it. Right. I want to avoid annoying Galilee and Baghdad. Right. Wondering actually if I just gratuitously raise essentially all my troops for this one. I mean, not actually all of them, because for instance, any that turn up out here are of no use. And there may well be some in those odd little fragments in Anatolia. No, apparently not. Or down there, we probably can't be bothered shipping them up to the useful part of the kingdom. Or them, because I'd forgotten I even owned that section. Right. It has herd my armies in a vaguely sensible direction. And if at some point we have enough to take Bira, then we'll do that.
What am I reflecting?
I just joined my liege's not going very well holy war in the hope that I can cause it to start going well. My Chancellor's dropped dead. How embarrassing.
Is your Chancellor doing anything really important?
No, he's dead. Nothing.
Yeah, but before he dropped.
He was just cheering someone up. I don't actually know what if any consequences on my the consequences for my liege's opinion of me will be. The enemy realised I was building up a big army in the county next door and has wandered off. Oh well, that's fine.
Well, at least someone involved in the Holy War has slightly more grasp of tactics than your average state.
Yes.
Unfortunately, it's the enemy, but you know, you can't have it.
Are you just engaging in a little dance over there? So as to avoid actually getting into a battle that you would lose. Oh, they're coming back. Where are they going? They're heading back into Beera. Annoyingly, everyone I've got in a neighbouring county is movement locked in the wrong direction. Let's just try to organise that a bit. Okay, maybe. We give these guys an organiser. Can they get there first? No. Okay. In that case, let us wait in Mosul and see what they're going to do. They're immediately marching back out again. But we've got just about enough, I think, now to take them. Though I wonder now if actually the right thing is to wait for them to leave, then march in there and see if they foolishly march back if I leave a temptingly small army in place. Oh, well, that's annoying. They were going to leave, and then they got tangled up with another army, and hence are not about to leave. Right. Bring in all the reinforcements and see if we can get away with this. I mean, happily, of course, we are now on the same side as the whoever it was that they were fighting. But this is probably going to mean we get no war score from this battle. Meanwhile, I should pay attention to what's going on over here, where Outremer is about to lose a battle. No, okay, we can't do anything about that without more troops. Let us accumulate everyone useful in Kurdistan. Okay, it's actually only a control. Our terrible war score is actually just because we don't have control of the target county or area. So I think if we can actually bring adequate troops to bear, this will not actually have to be a very long war. That is a mountain province, though. So adequate troops might be quite a lot. A new bird has arrived in the Muse, and a new book on the art of writing poetry is in the library. Oh, might be a 55% chance of a book filled with inspiration. I've also improved the relations between someone in Mufasa and the Emperor. So what are we actually at war for? This is a holy war for Gilan against that blue territory there. Gilan is that bit there. So actually we're only fighting over that one county in effect, right? Which inconveniently is the county with all the enemy's troops in. Well, let's march some of mine one county eastwards, partly simply so that I don't accidentally exceed a supply limit. Get aspiring poet for 1 extra diplomacy. Everyone is fabricating claims. So now what I'd like would be for my convenient ally. Yeah, go on, be charitable, Diego. Princess Eliza has declared the Axumite holy war for Blemia on King Ereman of Nubia. Well, that might not be a complete disaster. She's got 7,000 troops. Nubia's got 8,000. You might get away with it. I don't think I can join vassal wars, can I, in general?
It's usually pretty hard to.
Yes. We cannot join our vassal wars except in a very few circumstances. So she's on her own. Why are you marching that way? I mean, yes, I appreciate you are my ally, kind of, but still. Oops, we've accidentally exceeded the supply limit in Kurdistan. Well, that's why I'm moving some troops out of Kurdistan. Apparently we've what's named a massive recruitment drive, which is probably inconvenient because I've already got all those troops raised. Oh no, I can apparently raise more. Oh no, that's probably my personal levies in somewhere unhelpful, isn't it? Okay, someone... pause, Ben. You're coming to meet me in my mountains. Excellent. Right. I'm going to wait for you to be movement locked to be on the safe side, but let's put some really good commanders in that army because they can't see me doing that. Oh, hang on. Velf is a flanker, so we'll stick him on one of the flanks. Now wait for them to be movement locked, yes, and then pile everyone in. Anyone else? Yes, there's you. So now the only army not moving is the one that's already in Zanjanabha. Right, well, good luck. We have 3 narrow flank advantages, we have some much better commanders, and we have some reinforcements on their way. My modest attempts to write poetry were never meant to be published in any way, but wherever I go, bards and minstrels are reciting or singing my poems. I will become a poet. +1 diplomacy, which like I was previously had from being an aspiring poet, and also +10 same trait opinion if you happen to find any other poets around. Right, so that's not a good start, but our reinforcements should allow us to actually win this if the reinforcements arrive reasonably swiftly. Come along. It's quite a long walk, sadly. Most of them will arrive on the 31st of May. Oh dear, that's still another 10 days away, 12 days away. That's going to be a bit close. Right, well, we've got our troops now, and we still have our defensive advantage, and we still have our narrow flanks, and we still have 2 of our decent commanders. Well, that was a very tight battle. The lack of piety I have observed in one of my courtiers makes me worried. I wouldn't want to accuse anyone of not being a good Christian, but if my suspicions are correct, something needs to be done. So I can confront Beslik with her apparent lack of piety. She is the wife of one of my commanders. Or I can expose someone different. What? Beslik is confronted about her seeming lack of piety, or all courtiers will think that Oda lacks piety. Well, she's not. She's the wrong religion anyway. I mean, so let us expose her as not Christian enough and see what the consequences are. Right, well, we got 26% war score from that, which is a good job because it was quite a tight battle. And I think we have one of their commanders. We have a new Duke of Palmyra, who, like so many of them, desires the kingdom of Syria. Oh, now I'm in a battle with some random rebels. And they rather perversely have I think, a defensive advantage. So I'm fairly sure I got there first. Happily, even in our seriously depleted state, we can beat the rebels. Yes, right. Actually, no, that's where we want to be, isn't it? Is it? No, it's this count. Well, I'm confused. Where are the de jure borders? It's a holy war for Gilan. And it's Emir Samir whom we're trying to take it off, and he doesn't control the coastal bit, right? Actually, no, let's hang around here until our morale improves a bit, because it is currently terrible. Especially since they seem to be abandoning that county. Yes, peasant revolts are not immediately a problem. Oh right, the supply limit in there is only 15,000 for us at the moment, so we should produce a suitably reduced army. $15.8. That'll do. So that's the army, which will of course reinforce itself now and go back over the limit to annoy me. It's inherited the barony of Santiago de Casem. Well, that's entertaining, though not the Santiago I wanted. I suppose once those troops have properly moved out, there's no danger in my getting my slightly demoralised ones in there to start working. On the other hand, if there are going to be troops there for me to fight, it's going to take us another 2 weeks to get there. We're gaining 8% per week. We'll be at almost 100% morale by the time we arrive. And the only troops that are actually all of the troops are trying to leave. There will be 4,000 there, still there when we arrive. Though if they are trying to leave, I should probably let them. Like, if we can get the defensive advantage ourselves. They're now trying to leave again. Maybe they're not actually going to go anywhere. Oh no, their movement locked out of the province. Excellent. I think I've gained 1,000 troops in reinforcements that I now need to shift back, though. Yes. Well, I mean, actually, that I really need to shift onwards. Let us start take the fight to them a bit. And let's make sure we have a siege leader in here. Polycarpos is a siege leader. Why are we not getting a siege leader benefit? There's some bizarre thing that these troops are still officially the ones in charge of the siege. Don't know. Okay, they're about to come back into that county and make nuisances of themselves. What am I going to do about that? Are all 24,000 of those coming into Shirvan? Yes. In that case, I think we can't afford to keep on with that siege. We need to get all of our troops here. Because that lot of movement locked, we can't save them anyway. So that we can't stop them getting into trouble. So let's go in there and give them hell. If we can get there in time. This may not work anyway. Oh dear. We've got some decent commanders now. Whether that will be enough, I'm not sure. It will not be enough. Curses. Oh look, it's my ally and liege turning up to help. I bet he's going to throw those 16,000 troops at the wrong place. No killing these Spoletos, it's not fair. Now, I appreciate, boss, that it does rather look like I came in and joined this war and immediately lost you lots of war score. But I think we can improve matters. If you don't immediately get into a fight in Dylam, please don't. I need to finish recovering from this one first. Do not, in particular, go hurling yourself at those 20,000 troops that have a defensive advantage in the mountains. Oh, good, you're not doing so. Good. That at least was a start. Right. Right, I'm going to send my very depleted army via some of my territory for reinforcement purposes. You, my dear liege, well, I mean, if you're... I wonder if there are enough, some of these that have been depleted so far that I can raise more of them. Like, my liege apparently has 30,000 troops, you just can't get them all in the same place. Yes, it looks like I can only raise troops in really inconvenient places. If those... Reinforcing 2,880 soldiers per month. Right, if you would just hang around in Erbil until I can catch up with you, my liege, we can probably do something about this. A bunch of factions are disbanding. Right, so now I can have my troops join with yours, and maybe you can send them in a sensible direction. Now you realise you've got 35,000 troops at your disposal. Yes, I think my Prince Diego should become gregarious. Right, we have first level of Caballero training grounds in Mosul. It has also improved the militia training grounds in Mosul. I mean, it's possible that my liege is just going to do something stupid, but maybe not. He seems to be marching in the correct direction now. We are admittedly suffering from a bit of attrition because we're now an enormous army. But, like, this might work, and then we can not do what I did last time. Ah! What are you doing? That is not a sensible direction to go in. Oops. Annoyingly, my army only has 11,000 troops, so I can't. So what I should do... Right, I'm going to unstick those because I think my liege is being an idiot again. And I'm going to march round to this, which is at least enemy territory, if not the correct enemy territory. Actually, I reckon, now I come to think of it, oh dear, that's a stupid route. Oh well. I reckon we can do better. I think we can draw him into a battle on our territory. Or we can cause him just to leave his own county entirely by running round in circles. Might work. Wasn't my intention, but... No, okay, he's marching back in the sensible direction. We doubtless can't beat him there, even with an organiser. Might not be able to beat him there, even with an organiser. We have currently got an organiser, so... Well, we can check once we reach Maraca. So we'll arrive on the 4th of August. He'll arrive on the 7th of August. Excellent. I mean, we're only slightly over half his strength, but... it's worth a try. Seb asks, are you purple or white? Our territory is the whitish territory here. My army is the one with the blue and red arms. These guys here are the enemy. The purple is the Holy Roman Empire, who are just in the way. Not Holy Roman Empire, Byzantine Empire, who are in the way. Right, I don't know if this is going to work or not. Certainly a bit close. Looks like it will work. Right. I think Ignatios probably loves me enough now. Yes. Let us cheer up the new Duke of Palmyra, who is in Iraq, Palmyra. Right. Yeah, I don't really mind. Right, where were we? Oh yes, this battle was going surprisingly well. Battle of Gaydar. Yes, really.
We're not pronounced like that.
Geydar?
Maybe not.
Right, we at least get a siege leader bonus this time.
This is something we don't recall, so political politics of building a bed.
So all being well. Well, what I'd really like would be for the Imperial troops that are currently just standing around in Kirkuk to come up and help. We will gain 80% war score once we've besieged one holding here, which will take us up to plus 20%, which will be nice. But I'd still quite like some assistance.
Is your liege insistent on being in Belgium now?
Yeah, happily the enemy is about to throw too few troops at me again. So no, I don't want you to kill Emperor Jimeno the Tenacious. Right, we now have 37% war score. And are about to win another battle unless something goes surprising.
That's an unusual trick to that medication. How exciting.
Our centre's a bit feeble. Happily, we flattened their left flank in time to save our centre. So the anti-papacy of Pope Marinus IV has ended. He has gone back to being mere Prince Archbishop of Tyrol. Duchess Eliza has apparently accomplished something because someone who is no longer landed. Oh, Princess Eliza of... See, some people can win Holy Wars. Axumite Holy War for Blemia has been won. So Axum, yeah, the Axum is now a bit bigger than it was. I mean, to be fair, I'm probably going to win this one eventually on behalf of my liege. Now up to 47% war score. Apparently there's another army coming in to have a go. Well, that was foolish of them. I think they were trying to reinforce that previous army. I'd quite like us to have some hope, chance to get our morale back, but we have a decent amount. Oh, look! It's the person whose war this is. Oh, a new Duke of Damascus. That's nice, because the old one was getting very annoyed with me.
I think what happens to the anti-pope, Simon, is kind of dependent on like whether the anti-pope dies as part of the regime change. And
The anti-pope seemed to have survived.
yeah, but what I'm saying is sometimes you will
I think.
get captured or killed or whatever as part of the siege.
Yes.
And obviously that might lead to different outcomes compared to this one. And I also assume that, as per usual, if you pay a significantly big bribe to the Pope, or whatever the equivalent in-game mechanic is, you can probably get yourself out of almost any trouble. Or the Pope concentrates on excommunicating your boss, viz.
Yes.
The Emperor, who said, "Hey, dude, do you want to be my anti-Pope?" And you were like, "Yeah, sure, I'll do that," rather than die.
Right, up to 50% war score by repeatedly fending off attempts at getting into this. The thing is, this is a war for one county. It really shouldn't be losable. One mountainous county. It shouldn't be very losable now. Now that I'm actually in the one mountainous county in question. I don't ever have to leave it. My liege is marching around in unhelpful directions, but that's fine. We'll finish besieging all the relevant territory soon. Well, fairly soon. Right, he's about to get attacked. He might lose that. Oh well. No, I'm not leaving my nice mountains to help you.
Good siege going here, and if you happen to get yourself into trouble like sometimes Stoat.
Yes.
What's the war score?
Plus 67% at the moment. Yeah, he's going to lose that one. For no good reason at all. I've learnt my lesson about leaving these mountains to go out and get into fights on those plains. Doesn't end well. 78%. See, the siege was worth more than the battle. There are a lot of peasant revolts around at the moment. Oi. Damn it, Duke Pantaleon is still the wrong religion. I can't currently demand his religious conversion because I'm at war. I shall do that once I'm at peace. I never did manage to convert Pantaleon. Right, well, I should start teaching one of my other children then. Princess Urraca. Which will slightly annoy the person who's currently teaching her, but hey. should also find a wife for Diego. Hilda looks like she might be useful. Can we also offer to tutor her? Not until after she's agreed to marry. No. Oh well. So she will probably be the wrong religion when she arrives, but... I think I will leave the Duchy of Blemia to the Duchess of Axum to create or not create as she sees fit. It was my liege passing through the correct county. He didn't actually stop because he's fleeing, having engaged in an ill-advised war. I mean, he was sitting in a correct county, but he hadn't really brought enough troops. Right, you've declared a holy war for Leon on Petro of the Badajozen revolt. Might work. How's our moral authority doing? It's getting better because we've won a holy war. Oh, we've now fully controlled Jerusalem.
Hooray!
So we now have 24%.
How morally authoritarian is Catholicism?
I suspect it's quite good.
I suspect it, but it's nice to know.
No, wrong button. Uh, 100%. Orthodox 71%, Sunni 22%. Hang on, can I sort this by that column? Yes. So 100%, Orthodox 71%, Buddhist 62%, Jain 40%, Hindu 40%, Nestorian 32%, Monotheliite 30%, Paulician 25%, Miaphysite 24%, Fraticelli 24%.
Right. Got a way to go before you're even the, most populous heresy.
Yes. We are the most authoritative Catholic heresy.
Yeah, but there's definitely room for improvement there. The extreme. I mean, you might hear me rattling to and fro.
Right. Well, I think my liege can probably win this battle. 6,800 of his troops against 1,300 enemy.
Not in mountains or anything?
It is in mountains. Oh no, it's in plains actually. That county's plains.
Well, morale not in the toilet.
Indeed, I think he is actually going to win this one. Won't give us any noticeable war score, but that gave us 2%. He might even be coming to join me with this siege. He's helping with the siege. He's not blown through the supply limit in the county.
Grief, what? So some hope you might win this war then.
I think we're about to, yes.
Ooh.
I mean, we're at 90% war score. Okay, he's bringing another 15,000 troops in, which will blow through the supply limit in this county.
Maybe you can win the siege first.
But the siege is all but won. Right, it'll need another 12 days. Oh no, he's sending those troops in a different direction because he's not an idiot. We do have a dangerous Gavelkind faction.
Sigh.
Princess Munia needs a guardian.
Well, that's probably only for one of your M kingdoms. Maybe you can get yourself killed first.
Let's dispatch Munia to Duchess Eliza.
Is she a relative of yours?
Daughter, one of the many genius children I have.
Oh dear. Oh.
No, I said let us dispatch her in the sense of send her.
Yes, but I was going, oh dear, in the sense of you've got all these genius children, and then they use their intelligence to make more favourable inheritance laws for themselves that you don't know.
Right. Right, we have 100% war score. My liege immediately ended the war, which is probably for the best.
Right, I need to put some stuff on the table, and tomorrow you can evict Simon's chair.
Stuff table, Simon's chair. As in, she'll be putting stuff on the table which you should evict tomorrow to Simon's chair. I don't quite understand the reasoning, but...
Okay. What means what?
All the things that I evicted from the box onto my bed.
Right. Why do you put them somewhere else?
Right. Let us disband that army, because I think that's the right thing to do. And relax. My vassals are seriously pissed off with how long I've had their troops raised. But we have expanded the kingdom very slightly and, perhaps more importantly, increased the... Who are you trying to kill? No. No, I'm not going to allow you to murder someone... a Fraticello when you're Catholic. Oh, on which subject?
I'll have to move all this again in the morning.
Pantaleon
Yes, that's fine. I just need to be able to get to bed now.
should become Fraticelli, and I'm just going to quickly look through all my other vassals, all my other immediate vassals. And check that they're all Fraticelli, apart from the one who might still be in prison, but I think we actually fixed him finally. Oh no, there he is. Gonzalo de Praia still in prison. Still, as far as I know, unwilling to convert. There was a Catholic. What was he doing? Wilhelm di Spoleto. It's expensive, but it's probably worth it.
Yes, there are quite a lot of books.
Right, looks like you for there's still an entry for priests' opinion of their religious leader, but since there is no leader of the Fraticelli, it's always 0. Right, I think we've dealt with at least most of our Catholic vassals. You're trying to kill your wife, are you? Well, your son's 14, it'll be fine. I mean, I presume he's the heir to the duchy, yes. So that's our problematic thing. I think we should send our spy master to try to stop Gonçal of Baghdad from forming a faction. Or still being in a faction, rather. We're currently waiting for him to convert, aren't we? At which point it will be less of a problem that he's Catholic, because he won't be. Right, that's Pantaleon converted and Wilhelm converted. So while we do have a cause to imprison Wilhelm, I don't think we need to anymore. She hasn't turned out very usefully, has she? No. The Greek populace in Sinjar have embraced Basque culture. So now we have 2 Basque counties here. Which probably means that we can build... It does mean our riding grounds don't work anymore. Neither do our cataphract training grounds. But we can build caballero training grounds. Hang on, am I Count of Montreal for some reason? Apparently so. Well, I should probably be enhancing some of the buildings there as well then. It's probably been a couple of years since the last feast, hasn't it? So Oneka is betrothed, mostly for the purposes of getting me a non-aggression pact with the Byzantine Empire, though I don't think with the current one. Diego is now betrothed to a convenient genius. Urraca's getting to the age where she probably should be. There's a convenient, zealous lunatic genius. Or she can marry her distant relation, Prince Gonçal. Zealous, lunatic, Catholic genius. Amalric von Hager. No, I can't invite him to try to convert him to Fraticelliism. I mean, Gonçal does seem like a good candidate. And he's not that close a relation. Alternative is we try to breed in some strength, which is like reasonably beneficial as well. But no. Okay, we've lost one of that one that I was thinking about borrowing anyway. Well, let's go for Prince Gonçal then. Mounier is probably a bit young to be trying to marry off just yet, plus like all the good ones have gone. Let's wait and see if anyone else turns up. Right, so we still have some slightly annoyed vassals. I'd like to at least get rid of that faction before I do anything much. Oh, plus we have a feast to finish off, of course. Okay, I'm apparently down a commander again. I don't appear to have a seneschal. Let's fix that. Let us get the Duke of Outrejourdin to be our seneschal because he is really quite grumpy. That's better. I don't know what a seneschal does. It's just one of these things you can make people. Originally responsible for the organisation of feasts and domestic entertainment. Although left mainly in the hands of deputies, the key role at such major occasions makes the post prestigious. In particular, it gives someone a +10 opinion of me, which is excellent. It's also good for their prestige, so that's not so relevant for me. Yes, well, you're probably at war with someone. Oh no, you're not. Several of my dukes are not coming to my party. So there was one of my dukes who was actually yes, so he's slowly losing the holy war for Leon. Which is not a particularly sensible holy war to have declared anyway. Though, yeah, I suppose there's not much alternative. Oh dear, Pierre Raymond de Toulouse has ceased being my spy master because he's dead. Murdered by Hildebert di Spoleto, apparently. Why on earth are you employed as a marshal? You would make a much better spy master. Yeah, making friends with bishops is not very helpful. Right, let me set my spy master to discouraging my continuingly dangerous faction in the form of Duke Gonçal of Baghdad. So yes, I'm just trying to get some idea of what's going on. Princess Eliza refused my hospitality. So yes, the Farsi army there only has 579 troops, which is not going to be very helpful when there are like 13,000 troops next door besieging him. See, this is the problem with holy wars, especially holy wars in Iberia. There's a lot of Catholics around over there. So yes, that's currently directly held by the Emperor because he just holy warred it. He's still marching troops around. I wonder what he's up to. So I don't think he's in a war anymore because it would appear on my radar as well. Yes. There is actually a defensive pact against him. Right, so those numbers are still a bit scary. Like we've got the Duke of Outrejourdin has a 24-point penalty, opinion penalty, from the fact that his troops have been raised for too long. How is our regaining our trade thing going? The new trade zone of Axum is becoming useful. Aha, we have declared another war. What? You've declared a de jure holding war against England. Sorry, against the Empire of Britannia. Apparently, while I wasn't looking, England finally got big enough that we now have the Britannic Empire. And my liege, the Emperor of Outremer, has declared war on the Britannic Empire. For a single holding. Well, this is a war I'm not going to help you with, my liege. Like, really, I only do those kinds of wars when I desperately need to gain like some fixed bit of territory. They're otherwise a terrible waste of time. Or when the target is tiny, but when the opposition is tiny, but you are not going to war with anyone tiny, you're going to war with the Emperor of Britannia. And presumably I can go independent states, huge. And in terms of army size, well, technically we do come above Outremer, but not by a lot. Not above Britannia, but not by a lot. And the Kingdom of Egypt is fairly scary. I mean, I suppose I could then go to war with Britannia myself for that county there, but I don't think that would be wise, because if he actually came after me... Oh... I have a reasonable number of troops at the moment, it's true. But I think I can't now precisely because my liege is at war with him, actually. Yes. As I'm already thus officially at war with Britannia. Bah. Oh well. So the current king of Galicia is excommunicated. Looks like that isn't actually enough to stop people joining in the war. But possibly we could now start a claim war on Santiago. Because that's going to be weakening his vassal levies a bit. So how much can I raise over here? Not enough on their own, sadly. Why is there a Latin fleet of 563 galleys out there? What are they up to? Are they involved in this war with Britannia, I wonder? Brave. Right. It's quite tempting to press my tiny little claim. To get Santiago. I observe Santiago has a Britannic barony in it, just so that we can't fully control it. He's already defending an excommunication war and another excommunication war. Yes, let's totally press our claim on Santiago. Santiago is forest, so we don't get that big a defensive bonus. Probably not enough that we can just hurl the local troops in there. I think we will need to bring in, say, 10,000 from over here. So it's not diplomatic relations I want, it's opinion. I want to know. Well, I really want to know at the next level. I want to know not what the Count's opinion of me is, but what the Duke's opinion. Only. Let's raise my own troops as well. That should be enough. Okay, it would help by pressing the correct key to raise fleets. Let's try that again. Right. I might want to raise a few more troops. No, sorry. Yeah, it's not really worth the hassle. Right. The elective succession in Syria thing has thinged. Farsi Holy War for Leon has ended. Casus Belli no longer valid. Oh, because the it was against a revolt and the revolt has exploded, yes. I write to you with shocking news. Oneka Balgasco tried to have me assassinated to make sure I wouldn't discover her plot to kill Zentulo Thitmares. I will keep this information to myself. I don't think I ever actually need it for anything. Right. We'll soon have our armies together in Tripoli. And we can pile them on the ships, sail them over to Spain and see if we can take Santiago. Clementia Velf apparently is now a rival of Mayor Amaya. How helpful. Oh, Duchess Eliza, whom I put into Axum to try to get me a decent amount of money, has been succeeded by the slightly less effective Grand Mayor Markvard. Which sadly means that Munya no longer has a guardian. I'm still teaching 2 of my children. Anyone diligent with decent stewardship? No. Sorting by stewardship does not appear to be working correctly, actually. No, there isn't really anyone diligent in my court who's useful at all. Okay. So who should we have as her tutor? This thing appears in general to be being a bit weird. Let's reload it. That's better. Still a bit short of anyone with really high stewardship. Don't really like him because he's so useless in other regards. Oh, he'll do. We'll take her over at some point once the other children have got older. Right, one army still to turn up, and then we can pile them onto their ships. There we go. Send them to Porto. Curiously, we're losing the war against Britannia. So I could get myself 5 points of piety, but I'm trying not to turn my children into useless people. So we will try to encourage whichever virtue that was, and I've already forgotten. Yes, that is still part of Outremer. Good. Take a little while for our ships to get... Oh right, of course, that's a Britannic fleet, isn't it? Was. Has it gone? Oh, I can't see it because I don't have anything down there. I think there's a Britannic fleet turning up on our doorstep. Which will probably be messy. There are several Britannic fleets turning up on our doorstep. Yes, well, that's what you get if you go against Britannia. The Royal Navy turns up. Even though we haven't really invented it yet. Okay, where's that hostile siege, and is it hostile in a useful way? Oh, it's just a bunch of rebels. Right, so conveniently, Santiago is unoccupied. So let's just send my troops straight in there. Yes. I generally try to leave people to get on with their murders. The Mayor of Axum, Catholic, that's not acceptable. We'll fix that once I'm not at war. Just make that a bit faster. And there are some of the enemy fleet. They're clearing off down there. I think I can probably now shift my Spy Master to doing something more interesting. I wonder what of these technologies I could usefully gain from anywhere. Baghdad has good cities and temples. I could get good cavalry, that might be nice to improve.
OED on subcompact disc. Are you ready?
That's nice.
A disc.
Let me dump my Spy Master back in the capital, or in the not quite capital of Egypt to study technology there. It looks like they have some interesting tech. Don't think that battle's anything to do with us at all. A new anti-pope, Pope Hadrianus V the Just, set up by the Emperor of Italia. Oh, who's besieging us? Who's besieging Jaffa? Oh, it's the British. They've turned up to Jaffa and are causing trouble, which, frankly, is our emperor's own fault. Can we afford a caballero training ground? Not really. Who are you trying to kill? Well, you're the wrong religion, so we're not going to let you do that. You're actually going to refuse to end the plot. And I can't imprison you because you're too far away. Oh, well, I think we may just have to let that happen then. Or not. Right, well, that's 10% war score. In my claim that obviously I should own Santiago because I own Porto or something like that. I don't know if we can then also besiege Verin simply because it's there. I would assume not, even though it's kind of my war. Oh dear, my steward's died. Yeah, we really have no one with any decent stewardship around here, do we? Curious, I have selected join court, yes. And yet I did get someone who couldn't join my court. Oh well. Here's someone who can. Yes, you. Be Fraticelli. And you. Yeah, that's just the British besieging everything. Excellent. We are slowly actually like converting the populace to Fraticelliism over here. See that a reasonable number of counties are no longer stripy. Actually, that probably means that my... where are you? You're in Bira. Okay, no, we haven't sorted Bira yet. the Queen of Arabia has declared herself to be Queen of Yemen as well. That's nice. Oh, it has elective succession, or at least Arabia has elective succession, presumably thus. Yes, so does Yemen. And thus 2 different people are currently succeeding to the 2 kingdoms. Maybe she doesn't like her children. Who are you trying to kill? No, I have religious opinions about plots, which is that they should only be undertaken by people of of the same religion as me. Or at least you shouldn't be plotting to kill someone who's of a different religion to me. Of the same religion to me, if you're different religion. I think we can afford to improve our Caballero training ground now. Oh, there's like an actual Galician army marching on my capital. That's a bit rude. Let's see what we can quickly raise over here. We've got just about enough raised there, but yeah, that makes me a bit more comfortable. Mosul is desert, so if they're actually going to sit down and besiege Mosul, that'll be okay. Maybe you should have imprisoned him instead. Oh well. Right, well, I've still got another army on the way, yes. Okay, I've got 2 other armies on the way. One of them is coming from quite a long way off, though. Whatever. Right, so we now hold... Oh no, we are now... Yes, we are now besieging Verin, and therefore we can besiege that. County of Antioch has become Catholic. Excellent. We already knew about that plot and we're ignoring it, and our site holding in Mosul is under siege. We know that. We're just organising a suitable army for the relief of Mosul. There's Dromahair anyway. Yeah, it's not that one, is it? No. It's also not where I think the only... Alright, there's also a Siege of Ascalon going on, is there? No, that's Ascalon. I wonder quite why I'm being told about bandits raiding the siege camps outside Dromahair. Oh well. My hope is we'll be able to have a big battle over here, and then that will be enough to get me the necessary war score. Looks like my liege is about to lose another battle. There. Ah! 3 simultaneous peasant revolts, one of them emerging immediately under my army. Like, we might be able to win that directly, but we may need those reinforcements who conveniently happen to be in the next door county. Lose the trait diligent. That's a pity, it's a good trait. Yes, we've been attacked in Kirkuk. Our holding in Tiberias is under siege, yes. Our holding in Irbid is under siege. Yes. So let's deal with those rebels. Okay, yes, random courtier. I think I just imprisoned 15 zillion people. Oh no, okay. Someone else imprisoned 15 zillion people. Right, anyway. About this lot, let's start advancing on Mosul itself. Yes, we'd like you to become kind or just. Holding in Durham is under siege. Yes, that's the British. Similarly, Jaffa. You can become kind or just. Kind. Some tech from Fustat. Excellent. Right, so we're actually winning that war. By virtue of finally having occupied the thing that the war's all about, even though I can't remember where it is. Oh, is it some weird place up here that we... No. Yes, there it is. Oh, is it them attacking us? It's the British Latin de jure war, so it's them attacking us. Right, okay. That makes a bit more sense. And yet we've occupied their territory up there. Because they've sent all their troops down to us. Which is folly. Anyway. So we've taken Ferin while we were in the area. That means that those troops are at a bit of a loose end, so let's send them next door to do a bit more besieging. Actually, let's just see, does Britannia have any other random holdings down there that I can help with? Doesn't look like it. That's our guy, yes. Aren't any other flashing yellow bits in the vicinity, are there? No, apart from that one which we've already taken. Right, so Duchess Ursula the Great of Al Bahrain. That's nice. We can just get this army together. We can go and hit that one in Mosul and win our war against Thingy to get Santiago. Yeah, he has some benefit from being in. Oh, yeah, we should put in some decent commanders if we're going to do this. Sinjar now has at least a first level Caballero training ground. We seem to be just about winning that. Do keep losing commanders though. No one left, no one good left in our court. What have we got? We could do with an organizer if we can find one. Oh yes, you're nice. Catholic, of course, but we can fix that. Right, that gets us the expected 100% war score. So I have now become Count of Santiago. Which means we now have 32% moral authority because we don't have full control of Santiago owing to the British still being there. Little Nuno de Querac needs a new guardian. Let's get my marshal to teach him for a little bit and see if he can turn out a bit more martial. Do I just invite a new commander and now I find myself not lacking a commander? That's confusing. That's because Mayor Bertrand of Vigo and Bishop Ferrant of Santiago have become my terrible commanders. Probably because they were commanders of Santiago, but that doesn't mean you get to be commanders of the Kingdom of Jerusalem, or whatever I am, of Al Jazeera. Right. Meanwhile, I have presumably some immediate vassals who will want converting. Not sure if that one will work because bishops are weird. It's cost us a bit in bribes, but we're going to want to hand over that county to someone else soon anyway, as we can't hold that many counties without annoying people. Yes, so we have this weird thing where when they convert, their bishopric gets usurped, but it does at least get usurped by someone of the correct religion. So that should be all my armies dismissed, yes. And the mess between my liege and Britannia is not my problem. My liege is probably going to lose, but on the other hand, I'm mildly surprised he's got this much, got this far. So I need to dispose of one of my counties. It's slightly odd that I control the county of Montreal. Usually I would expect that to be controlled by its de jure liege, the Duke of Outrejourdin, who is thus probably annoyed that he doesn't control Montreal. Yes, well, let's grant him Montreal then. Any other titles below it, but I shouldn't hold any of those. Right, that will now have both fixed his opinion of me and also got me back down inside my domain limit. Aha, and now Santiago is properly logged as being controlled by us, presumably because it now has a Fraticelli bishop in the bishopric of Santiago. Right, they're already upgrading their shipyard. We have monastic schools and universities in place. So that's fine. King Osborne of Galicia is decidedly unhappy because I have taken Santiago off him, usurped his title to Santiago. I'm a lunatic and I'm a heretic. But like, he's excommunicated. And probably going to fairly rapidly get ousted. Oh no, he's apparently won his excommunication wars. He doesn't seem to have any wars going on, and is still just as excommunicated as he was. Nice one. Pity he lost the war against me that was going on at the same time. So does that now mean that we're the most morally authoritative heresy? Don't think it does. It does. We are now not only don't only have the highest moral authority of any Catholic heresy, we have the highest moral authority of any heresy at all. Still some way to go to beat the Catholic Church, but I observe the Catholic Church's moral authority is weakening. Possibly partly because we have a new Pope. Don't think we can actually find out where their moral authority comes from, sadly. Intriguing. Oh, right, that's a red dragon on a red background, isn't it? That's why that looks so weird. And yes, he is the Norse Pope in Finland, who holds 2 kingdom titles, both of Finland, and might try to get another one were it not for the fact that he's almost certainly going to declare the next crusade against us. Right. As usual, everyone's annoyed about their vassal levies. We had an extremely brief dangerous faction there, and then I promptly lost my Chancellor. Which is kind of odd. It has invited a new Chancellor. Usual set of people we could imprison if we wanted to. No very interesting claims, I don't think. Don't know that it's much help to press claims against other people within the empire. I don't think it's sensible to press claims against Italia at all. Georg di Spoleto seems to have an amusing set of claims. There's a claim on the kingdom and county and duchy of Navarra. Obviously, if we took the kingdom, he would become independent of us. And I think of our liege? Yes, well, he would... I don't know. But we could claim the duchy for him, which would get him half of Navarra and make sure he stayed our vassal, which would be kind of fun. But I don't think that's the thing to do now. Indeed, looking at the time, there is not much that I should be doing now. I think the ongoing Latin war with Britannia is not going to end well. I'm still waiting for my new Chancellor to arrive. We have a faction demanding Gamelkind succession in Syria, which we might want to deal with. The Duke of Baghdad again. Yeah, you go to Baghdad. You similarly go to Baghdad. Try to fix this problem. You don't really care about Tara or about Jaffa, because ultimately that's our liege's war with the British, and our liege is making a pig's ear of it. Well, I mean, our liege is doing pretty well at besieging lumps of Ireland. All right, this is why I keep getting messages about this. I've been sent out to Tara to besiege things for my liege, even though I'm his chancellor. Apparently, this also, in this case, gets me. Am I also a commander? I'm also a commander, right? Yes. So I'm out there on the battlefield, well, engaged in a siege anyway. So apparently I'm not allowed to see how the siege is going, which is kind of weird. Oh well. Wonder if I get, like, those useful battle events if I'm, if we ever, like, have a battle out there. Which doesn't look likely because all the British troops are over here. How is the feast expiry going? Surely it's been 2 years since we held a feast. Yes, all the feast bonuses are about to expire. Let's hold another one then. Also, apparently I have some ransoms I can collect for people I don't really care about. Apart from Princess Wilmot of Galicia, whom apparently I can't ransom, possibly because possibly because the Count of is currently considering a different offer. Jongleur. And minstrels. Be lavish this time. Now, apparently, Princess Wilmot, alright, she's the, well, she is a princess. Yes, she is not actually like a vassal of the current king of Galicia or anything. Probably not polite to execute her. We'll just leave her there On with Gonzalo, who refuses to die. That would be considered tyrannical, wouldn't it? Yes. We legitimately have him in prison, but we can't do much else. I missed a message there. Well, it probably wasn't important. Goodness, I keep mislaying my spy master. Oops, no, I didn't mean to appoint him as spy master. He's terrible. I meant to ask him to convert to Catholicism. Well, we'll fire him as spy master and get a good one once he's converted. Right. May as well fix his wife while we're there. That's why we don't have any officially dangerous factions, so I'd still quite like to discourage Gonçalves from getting involved with them. County of Damascus has become Fraticelli. Excellent. I mean, this war is actually still heading in our favour because we're managing to occupy their territory, plus we keep getting extra points for still holding the target county. Meanwhile, I think they are gradually besieging Mirabel, which is going to get them quite a bit of war score. It's just that it's going to take a while. Plus they keep finding other people to get into fights with. But I don't think I actually want to join this war because the consequence of losing it is so trivial. I never got round to converting Markvard, did I? No, okay, I'm not going to convert you because converting grandmares is expensive if they don't already like you. I mean, I suppose I could let's send my Chancellor over to deal with that. Oh, we can't at the moment because it's going to be 2 months before we can. Oh well. Who knows? The last one really didn't last very long. He lasted almost 2 years. Anyway, I think that's probably about it for tonight. Our liege is still at war with the Emperor of Britannia. This is the Emperor of Britannia's fault, it turns out. He is attacking us for a single holding in Ireland, which he thinks we should give him because he's an idiot. I have successfully taken Santiago, so Fraticelliism now controls 2 of the major Catholic holy sites. The others are Canterbury, Cologne and Rome, and those are going to be quite a lot more work. I don't know if this will actually help us very much, but it might, who knows. So yes, we will be back at some point to I don't know quite what now, to see if we lose the war against Britannia, to try to work out how to take Canterbury after Britannia has gone on this stupid war against Outremer. And yes, well, Cologne is controlled by the Holy Roman Empire, and so is Rome, actually, I think. So those are not going to be very easy to get. But we'll see. Until then, good night. If I can hit the button correctly. Good night.